A man wakes up at exactly 3:17 a.m. every night. No alarm, no noise, just awake. Every night, the same feeling. Something is changing inside him. At first, he ignores it. He continues his normal life. Same job, same routine, same thoughts. But slowly, things that once felt comfortable start feeling heavy. The conversations feel empty. The habits feel exhausting. Even the mirror feels unfamiliar. And that's when fear enters. Not loud fear, not panic. A quieter fear, the kind that whispers, "Don't change. Stay where it's safe. What if things get worse?" But here's the strange part. Nothing dangerous is actually happening. His life isn't collapsing. His mind is simply reacting to the possibility of becoming someone new. Because the human brain has one primary job: survival. Not happiness, not success, not transformation. Survival. And survival loves familiarity, even painful familiarity. That's why people stay in toxic relationships, in jobs they hate, in negative thinking patterns, in cycles that quietly destroy them. Because the brain confuses familiar with safe. Now imagine this. A prisoner sits inside a dark prison cell for 20 years. One day, the door suddenly opens. Freedom is right there. But instead of running out, he hesitates. Why? Because outside the cell is uncertainty. Inside the cell is suffering. But it's predictable suffering. And the mind often chooses predictable pain over unfamiliar possibility. That is exactly what happens during personal growth. The moment your life starts changing, your brain activates resistance. You procrastinate, you overthink, you suddenly feel tired, you doubt yourself, you lose motivation. Not because you are weak, because your identity is being challenged. Your current identity was built through repetition. If someone repeats, "I'm not confident," for years, their brain creates neural pathways around that belief. Eventually, the brain protects that identity, even if it's painful. So when that person finally says, "I want to become confident," the subconscious mind reacts almost like an intruder entered the system. This is why transformation feels uncomfortable. Your old self is trying to survive, and most people misunderstand this moment. They think, maybe this means I'm failing. But often, discomfort is proof that change has already started. Think about a rocket launching into space. The greatest resistance happens right before it escapes gravity. Your mind works the same way. The closer you get to transformation, the louder resistance becomes. That sudden fear, that urge to quit, that emotional heaviness. It might not mean stop. It might mean you are leaving the old version of yourself behind. And here's the twist nobody talks about. Your mind is not your enemy. It is simply outdated protection. It learned survival from your past, but your future requires a different identity, a different mindset, a different emotional pattern, a different story. And the moment you understand this, you stop fearing resistance. You start recognizing it like a sign, a signal that something inside you is shifting. So the next time your mind whispers, "Stay the same," pause for a second and ask yourself, Is this truly safety, or just familiarity pretending to be safety? Because sometimes the life you want begins the moment your old mind starts fighting to keep you where you are.